That's right, I get to react to your thoughts on the upcoming ban list. Make sure you guys smash the crap out of that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out on more awesome content. So we're going to be starting off here with I can see Ambler Whale getting axed to bring down the ceiling and its pennies. So I think we've talked a lot about Ambler Whale with the whole little discussion here. I mean, like, Ambler Whale seems like it could be a target, but then they'll just end on another fire monster, you know what I mean? Like, that's, like, you have Raging Phoenix. Yeah, like, sure, the Ambler Whale is, like, good floating options. It does add extra layers of consistency to the end board, but it's like, you play the Promethean to pop the Ambler Whale, they just choose to go down a different method. Banning Ambler Whale, the other people were like, you can't ban Zelantis. Well, I'm kind of in the same department here as, like, why do we go after Ambler Whale? You know, like, I'm sure it would be a cool, consistent hit, but it just doesn't make sense to approach it right now. So that's my thoughts on that. Next up, they are limiting Bonfire in probably 1 year. So GG. You know, I have a crystal ball as well in my mother's basement that I'm in right now, by the way. And I could very well see this. Bonfire, I don't think anybody's questioning Bonfire getting hit. That was never the case here. It's just where we're at right now, it's like, oh yeah, we can ban it in a year, but that doesn't solve today. What is it? I will give you, what is it, borrow $1 today for a cheeseburger today, pay you back tomorrow. I don't know the old saying, but it's kind of the same thing. The Bonfire inevitably should be limited because of the current damage that it's causing. Realistically, though, that's a very rough one. So, 1 year. That's this is a good one. A good solution would be to ban original spoils and limit Snake Eyes Ash and Flamberge Dragon. But since the engine deck is too young, it would also be a good step to limit original spoils instead of banning it. So, putting Sinful spoils to 1, this is a very interesting debate on, you know, if they just choose to go after it. I don't think they're going to touch Flamberge Dragon. I've been pretty vocal about that. It's too new. It's their boss monster. But the thing with this right now is, by pinning Sinful spoils to 1, you do check the consistency of the deck. I understand that a lot of these builds only play 1. I get that. But that does not change the fact that Konami's not going to look at these different options out here and go, we need to try something here in order to slow this down. Putting it to 1 is a good consistency hit, but I think it's too early. Flamberge Dragon feels like Block Dragon. They need to get rid of Snake Eyes. If not, next is Infernoble and Infernoid. Just hitting Fire King isn't enough. Now this is interesting because it does feel a lot like Block Dragon in the way that Flamberge Dragon actually, you know, kind of interacts with the game. And I do very much agree with this, that we need to clean this up so that we don't have to have another Block Dragon situation kind of running around out here. And of course, every one of these videos, you always get the Block Dragon to 1. Yeah, I would love to put Block Dragon to 1 if the card wasn't always going to be a menace to deal with. I think a lot of people would actually agree with that, you know, if we didn't have to deal with the craziness, it'd be good. In the end, this isn't going to fix a darn thing, because Yu-Gi-Oh players always find something to complain about. If they haven't made Snake Eyes Fire King, they'd be complaining about Horus. You know, let me hit you with my favorite fate quote. Just because you're right doesn't mean you're right. We can't... I like this game to be tolerable, not a pain in my butt that I can't actually be able to play the game. You know, you got to remember, you got to get the game down to the point that budget players can actually, well, intermediate competitive players actually have a chance. And you don't have that right now with this. I do agree there will always be another problem that will come out of the woodwork. That's normal at this point. But for now, we just need to clean this up so we can move on along to the next thing. And I think that's doable. Bunch of crybabies. If anything should be semi-limited, let's not gut the deck. Ash is the heart of the deck. Centurion is getting support to help make sure you can't disrupt their Calamity lock. Should be worried about that over Snake Eyes. They're doing in every other deck that already does. Well, first of all, who doesn't think that Calamities might not get banned on the next list? I mean, like, I'm just kind of throwing that out here. Like, that is a possibility. I don't know who missed that, but yes, it is true that Centurion is getting support. And I think that most of the community out here, if you're trying to semi-limit things, most people are going to agree and go, no, that's not the optimal choice here. You need to actually do something. Semi-limiting Ash? Well, we slapping the deck on the wrist and telling it that it's okay to be a pain in the butt in the meta? That's not what we want to see here. Bring back my bro Arise Heart. Problem solved. I love the, hey, solve the problem with another problem. If Arise Heart existed in this format right now, you would just watch it get impermed / shut off. Book of Moon would come back. You would watch that Arise Heart get shut down so fast. Tech choices would rotate into the format just to solve Arise Heart. So don't think that Arise Heart is the end-all be-all. To be honest, there's nothing wrong with Snake Eyes. Oh, man. Agree to disagree. Okay. Like, if you're a competitive player and you've spent infinite money on the deck, you're going to think this, and that's fine. All right. But most players right now want to see Snake Eyes checked to some capacity. All right. It's wild out here. It's Konami. They're going to hit Lingaribo and call it a day. Now, this has been very, very interesting to see as an actual discussion point, because this has been brought up by multiple people. Lingaribo being a Link 1 is turning into a little bit more of a problematic card than you might have suspected. Now, is Lingaribo like, it lets you dodge hand traps? Yeah, I know, right? Imperm target the Ash. Chain my Lingaribo? You know, it's actually kind of interesting to think about out here that Lingaribo, actually looking at a lot of people looking at this, I just don't know if Konami's going to choose, because banning Lingaribo is, I don't know, I feel like you heard a lot of the ideas behind the Link ones, and Lingaribo being this card, it's only turned into an issue with this deck, and I don't really see a point that Konami would want to go after Lingaribo. Now, I mean, just like Zelantis, I personally do think that cleaning this up would be kind of a cool idea, actually, but we'll have to wait and see. Lingaribo definitely is one of those cards that makes you go, you know, maybe we do need to do something here. They don't need to ban anything, bring back Arise Heart. Job sorted. Once again, I come back to the same discussion point here. You know, Arise Heart would just force the meta to evolve in a different direction. Chalices, Book of Moons, Imperms. How many cards can we play to shut off the walking, talking Macro Man? It doesn't stop the deck from getting its free Ws, which it would, but you're going to jam out Rogue if you were to bring Arise Heart back, and that's not what I think Konami really wants to do right now. Original to 0, Wanted to 1, and Bonfire to 1. Format fixed. Man, I could get behind this. This is this would be the perfect landscape, but Konami's not going to do this. It is too early. There's too much reprint equity in this stuff. Konami knows, hey, we can actually get the audience to want this product for a little while. Let's go ahead and extend it on out here and keep it going. This would be like a 3 list from now hit, and I could get behind that, but for now, it's not going to happen. So I just wanted to go through some of the thoughts that the comment section has had, and just give some of my input on them, because they're very interesting, and it's always interesting to kind of take away, you know, what some of these players are thinking out here. So what do you guys think? Please leave a comment down below. Tell me what you guys think. I'll see your beautiful faces back in the day, guys. Peace. Patrons, thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.